Hello everyone, it's Sandra. I wanted to try something a little bit different today, something a little bit outside my comfort zone. I'm feeling a purple smoky eye. Purple is a color that I'm absolutely terrified of. I'm not wearing it right now, but I'll show you after. I'm wearing this belted blazer. I have my hair pulled back. I feel really polished, but I want some drama. I also have some new products that I've been using and enjoying that I thought I would update you on along the way, as well as some oldies but goodies that you will have seen in my content time and time again. I'm going to prime with this Armani Luminous Silk primer, which is very nice. I've been quite dehydrated on my cheeks, so I'm going to apply this product on my cheeks first. It does have silicone in it. You will feel that typical silicone slip to it, but I never have any pilling or any issues with it. And I just think that it does a nice job hydrating those areas on my face that need hydration while not making my face super greasy. My T-zone tends to be quite oily. This has a nice balance of hydration and smoothing. We're going to start with eyeshadow first. I was inspired by Lisa Eldridge's last tutorial actually. She used this really cool duochrome purple pigment and she just managed to have a really dramatic color on the eyes, but she just made it look still really, really nice and chic and modern. I don't know, it inspired me to play with a color that I always steer away from. I never reach for the purple shades in any eyeshadow palette that I own. I'm also inspired by the bottle of one of my favorite fragrances, which is Alien by Mugler. I'm incredibly excited to work with Mugler again, and this video is sponsored by them. Alien has been one of my favorite fragrances for over 10 years. Last year, I worked with them for the launch of their Flora Futura fragrance, which, as you can tell, is very well loved. This is a fragrance that I reach for in the spring and summer. It's really nice and light, but the original Alien has been in my life for over a decade. And one of the fantastic reasons I've been able to keep it in my life for over a decade is because the bottles are refillable. Mugler has offered refills for their most iconic fragrances, the most well-known being Angel and Alien. They've been offering refills since 1992. So they've definitely been a pioneer in the luxury sustainability space. And I've partnered with them to spread the message, to make you aware of this service that they offer. Maybe you didn't know, but at a lot of retailers, there's something called Mugler Fountain, and Mugler Fountain is the service that will refill your bottle of Angel or Alien. There are tons of locations worldwide, multiple locations in Canada. There are mostly at Shoppers Drug Mart beauty boutique locations, so you can just go on the Mugler website and use their Mugler Fountain locator. You just put in your address or your postal code and it will show you the refill location closest to you. I went to Shoppers Drug Mart. It's awesome. You can even redeem your optimum points on this service, and it's cheaper than buying a brand new bottle. It's just a really great service. It's less wasteful. They refill bottles of any size, even the purse spray sizes, which is really, really cool. And fun fact, a Mugler fragrance bottle is refilled every 25 seconds in the world, which is a crazy statistic. Just goes to show how popular these fragrances are. I just really like them because they're bold. They're instantly recognizable, which is something that's really, really special in the world of mass fragrances. There's so many fragrances that come out every single year and they all kind of end up smelling the same. But the Mugler fragrances are always bold, they're always unique, there's always something special about them. It's why I'm drawn to Alien time and time again. I love the smell of jasmine. I've worn it in summer as well, but it tends to be more of like a fall winter fragrance for most people because it is so deep and so intense. And if you already are a fellow Alien lover like me, just know that you can take your bottle and have it refilled at Mugler Fountain locations all around the world. If you are interested in learning more about the service and if you want to find the nearest Mugler Fountain location to you, just check out my description box. I actually am gonna put a couple more pumps of fragrance on just to get myself in the mood. But yeah, we're doing purple today. Actually, I'm going to start with a base color. I'm just using this Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I'm going to use this skin tone color called Weekender all over the eye like a base. Having a skin tone colored eyeshadow or even concealer on as a base just to kind of help neutralize my eyelid veins make it so that my veins won't interfere with the purple eyeshadow. We are winging it. We're in this together. All over the lid, I'm going to use this color here from the palette. It's called Guilt Trip, and it looks really dramatic in the pan, but it does sheer out. It has a tiny bit of shimmer. For what I want it to do, I think it will be just fine. I'm just going to use a very light layer of this color all over the lid as a base. And I'm going to take a clean, fluffy brush just to clean up the edge a little bit. I'm going to take a deeper purple, and this time I'm using my Pat McGrath Mothership 5 palette. This is most definitely the least frequently used color in this palette. This is such an amazing palette. I know she just came out with a new one. So I'm taking this purple color on a slightly more dense, smoky brush, and I'm using it to smoke out my outer corner, just to add a little bit more drama. I'm hoping that this exercise will get me outside of my comfort zone and get me outside of my no eyeshadow funk, because I have not been wearing eyeshadow almost this entire month. Now I'm just gonna take that first brush, no extra color on it or anything, but I'm just using it to help blend in this smoky color with whatever's on my eyelid. Then for the main event, I have this Covergirl palette that I have not touched. Okay, I have touched it earlier today when I was swatching the colors, trying to figure out if this is the kind of purple that I want to go with. So it's just this color here. I'm going to take a flat eyeshadow brush. This is a Zoeva 234, very similar to like a MAC 239. I'm going to take this color and press it on my outer corner, having most pigment on the outer corner, but then slowly dragging it inside. And I hear all the time about how purple looks really, really good on brown eyes, brown or hazel eyes, because it can bring out the green. I can see it happening and like just right in front of me. As I'm putting this eyeshadow color on my eyelids, it really, really emphasizes my eye color, which is really nice. The champagne color from the Pat McGrath palette, apply it on my inner corner, ever so slightly, just to open up my eyes a little bit. And then I'm going to take the other side of the brush and I'm going to dip in either this, or maybe both of them together, like the glittery duochrome shades, and I'm going to just pop those in the inner corner. I'm using that deep purple color from the Pat McGrath palette to smoke out my lower lash line. Holy moly, purple eyeshadow makes all the purple from the dark circles stand out. Now I'm going to take that bright purple color from the Covergirl palette, and I'm going to apply that underneath as well. I'm using the Pat McGrath foundation, which I mentioned in my last video. I told you that I would kind of keep you updated on how I like it. My favorite way of application is with fingers and with a brush, kind of mixed together. The application of this foundation is quite finicky. I'm not sure if you're subscribed to Karima McKimmie on YouTube. She's fantastic. She's an Australian YouTuber. She did a really, really good, thorough review on the Pat McGrath foundation, and I very much agree with what she's saying. Ultimately, it is a very beautiful foundation. It looks really nice on the skin once you work it in. It's a finicky formula. It's not like a happy-go-lucky, easy formula. I just have blending issues with it sometimes. If I'm not paying attention, if I'm not willing to take the time, if I just go in with a brush or if I just go in with a beauty blender, I don't like the way that it sits on my skin. Fingers mixed with the brush looks really nice. The color match is very good. Once I work it into the skin, I have light medium 10. It gives a nice light medium coverage while looking really skin-like. If you can apply it right, it will make you look really, really polished. It photographs beautifully, but it won't look like you're wearing a lot of makeup. I'm using the Zoeva foundation brush just because out of all the foundation brushes that I have, this looks the most similar to the Pat McGrath foundation brush, and I feel like, you know, if she launched it with a brush, maybe that's what she had in mind for application. Any areas where I see it's not perfectly blended into the skin, I like to go over with my fingers, kind of tap it into place. This foundation needs to be powdered. Otherwise, I feel like it doesn't set. I really do like it. I think it's very beautiful, but definitely not the most earth-shattering foundation I've ever tried. Let's take care of the dark circles because I look like Uncle Lester. I'm using my Sisley corrector and my new favorite thing, a mini Real Techniques blending sponge. Life-changing. I've been wanting a little beauty blender thing for concealer for so long. Actual concealing, I'm using the Armani Power Fabric Concealer. Nothing new here. You all know how much I love, love, love this concealer. Using the little baby sponge. Is his name Uncle Lester? I don't even know. Let's do black liner. This look warrants a bit of drama. So I'm just using thin line, my upper waterline, and just at the root of the lashes. I don't want to take up too much eyelid real estate with eyeliner. I just want to thicken my lash line. Man, I really like this purple color. Am I gonna be a purple eyeshadow girl now? This is what I still love so much about the YouTube beauty community, that you can just be totally uninspired one day and then you can just get that spark back the next day. Now that I have concealer under my eyes, I'm just going to use a clean, fluffy brush just to soften things up a bit. I'm using this new Sisley powder. If you like the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, this is like them, but turned up a notch. And the main reason why I prefer this to the Hourglass, I still think the Hourglass ones are great, especially for the price point. This is at a considerably higher price point, but why I like this and why I think it's gonna be an awesome setting powder for winter time. This has a really nice smoothing quality to it. And if you have textured skin, like I do, this just has a really beautiful smoothing quality to it. It's called the Blur Expert powder, and it just sets the makeup in the most beautiful way without looking powdery at all. Does the job under the eyes as well, so you don't even need two separate powders. Let's do mascara. I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm using the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. I think this is the biggest mascara wand I have ever seen in my life. Too many people that I like on the internet said that this is a really great mascara, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try it. This is good. It is very, very good. It's the most volumizing mascara I have ever used. The clump risk is very high, and the wand is huge. It's borderline uncomfortable how big it is. It's actually quite difficult to get close to the root of the lashes just because it's physically impossible given the size of this thing. Look at that. If you like drama and volume and thickness, this is it. This is too much for me to do every day, but this is even more voluminous than the Marc Jacobs Volume Noir mascara, and this doesn't smudge or flake on me, which is great. Okay, let's do bronzer. I'm going to use Becca Bronzed Bondi, which is a bit less orangey than Capri Coast, which is the bronzer by them that I usually wear. For highlight, I'm using the YSL Shimmer Stick. Obviously, this is my favorite. Stippling it on ever so gently. For blush, I'm taking a Clarins blush stick. This is in the color Glow Peach, and I'm just dispensing it on the back of my hand first, and then going in with a dual fiber brush and stippling it just on the apples of my cheeks for a bit of a pop of color. This is more of a cream to powder texture, so I find that it's easy to use even if you've already powdered your face. Take my clean fluffy brush again and just smooth over any edges. For lips, I'm using the Burberry lip color contour. What a great rediscovery. I'm so happy I rediscovered this last month. It's such an easy way to line your lips, especially if you like overlining your lips. This just really helps get that nice sculpted lip look. I'm using this gorgeous, gorgeous nude from Sisley. This is the Phyto Lip Twist in color number 19. It's one of the matte ones, and my friend Vanessa actually recommended the regular formula of these. I think she uses the one in the color number 1, but this color is, this is a Sandra Everyday Peachy Brownie Nude for fall. This is what I wanted the By Terry lip clicks to be, and even a more refined velvety texture. So this is the finished look. I actually really love the way that it turned out. This has definitely re-inspired me to play with makeup, to play with color. It doesn't always have to lie in a new product. Inspiration can kind of strike even from the back of your makeup drawer. So hopefully this inspires you to also play with some color. And if you are a fellow Mugler fragrance fan, don't forget to check out the Mugler fountain locations near you. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.